What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear and crew here for Meteorian Core, episode 53.
Awesome.
The end is nigh. The end is nigh.
A handful of episodes to go before the campaign, not season, not series, campaign finale, live in person at GCX on the main stage.
Wait, are we on the main stage?
We're on the main stage. There's only one stage.
There's not side rooms?
No side rooms. Only one stage.
Oh.
Hey, yo.
Didn't know that.
No side.
I did not know that either. Oh my god.
Nope.
Interesting.
What day and time we're on? Are we allowed to say that yet?
I know when we're on. I don't know if we can announce yet, but I would clear your schedules on Saturday morning. Get your IVs ready. I know I'm going to need one. Yeah.
Imagine doing it 2 days in a row.
That'd be great, actually. Sign us up.
So, are you saying that you need to clear your schedule on Friday as well at a certain time?
Yep.
Well, you know, I'm happy for you guys that you don't have to go from that energy to the other energy. Like that was that's a pretty big ask. I'm glad that it was like first time adrenaline that like helped get you through, but I know that was not easy.
I made a very big point to be like, hey, we're not doing that again. they had something else scheduled. Actually, I don't know if they did or not, but I made sure to clarify that wasn't, those things weren't going to be back to back.
Good.
I was like, not again.
Don't worry, they'll probably have you guys scheduled for some other appearances then too, so you'll get to run and do all the fun things. But yeah, if you guys you haven't, the hotel rooms are going quick. They're almost gone. GCXevent.com. Don't miss it. Put it on your calendar every year. They release it super early. It is not a secret. You know when it's going on. It's the only convention that hangs out in the hotel. It's glorious. And there's going to be a radio mang there. Can you believe it?
What?
Radio.
Surprise radio.
I don't think I've met him in person yet.
It's finally, we get the return of the dad pack.
I was just about to say, better bring a dad pack.
It's a dad pack.
Yeah.
We have two old community sightings with radio finally committed, and we're gonna have a very, very skinny one-up to show up.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, a skinny legend. I love that for you.
Yeah. One-up's lost like 100 pounds since we've seen him last, so GG's.
Don't worry, he'll gain it all back at GCX.
One day he's off the wagon.
It'll just be nothing but G Fuel and vodka.
He was the supplier, but don't worry, we had the chill version to come down from it.
The CBD one.
The CBD was released that year.
Oh god.
And we'll have mythic trees. It'll be, oh man.
Oh, there's trees coming? Nice.
Oh, our tickets also get us into Universal, right? At night?
If you buy tickets, yeah.
Separate deal. Separate expense.
Oh,
Though I
fair.
do-
That makes sense.
I did hear that they have
Yesterday.
a single, before there
You can
wasn't
buy
a,
them separately now.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 85, I think.
Yes.
If you're traveling to town.
Mm.
You'll probably just find me at the restaurant eating sushi.
It is good
Find me
stuff.
where
Nothing
food
wrong
is.
with that.
It is,
One
it
of
is,
the foods I haven't eaten there.
Really?
what? It's like one of the better ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's
You
also
didn't have a lot of free
Mexican
time.
Food. Really great.
I'll still say if you expect me to do anything but stay at the resort, like that's not happening. You guys can go after party wherever you want, but I'm staying in the resort.
Not moving. Yeah. I love Universal, but when I come on vacation, I'm not going to stand in line at night. It's not my bag, baby. But everybody else that's like a regular convention goer probably gonna have a blast because you got a private park experience. So, yeah. Other than that, we're gonna do all our announcements at the end of the show, but I'm gonna sneak one in at the very beginning. if you guys haven't linked your YouTube with our Discord, CaptainRoBear, what's that? Discord.gg/CaptainRoBear. If you're in the Discord, now you can have your YouTube linked and you have access to the early access episodes whenever we get done. So everybody has access right now except for Kick, which doesn't have that integration yet. So we're working on it. Other
It's
than
still
that,
a baby.
very much a baby, very cry, kicky, poopy baby.
Mhm.
You need to pick up where we left off last week. After vanquishing Nephile with a lengthy struggle, having to rely on the luck of Brom's shield from a last-ditch layer action of arrow, a hail of thorns, and a precious divine intervention from Zanryn, which has led to a literal meteor storm. Gale returning, and Zanryn vanquishing our foe. We pick back in the moments directly after Nephile's demise. Now a massive crater in the center of the room. Silence spreads.
Biddy would run over to Ketri. Is Ketri inside of this Toff robo, or did she fall out?
Still inside. You can kind of hear a little bit of the clanking around as Ketri tries to make this work for him. They're moving pieces here or there, especially in this moment of pause, to try to make sure that they can kind of get all of the components to be a little bit more smooth.
She would just get on her knees, and initially she would go to try to find Ketri, but then just hearing everything. Ketri.
And the steel defender's form just kind of jolts for a little bit, and that head turns towards you. Biddy, friend.
Yeah, you're a squirrel.
And that jaw kind of opens a little bit. And
Sorry,
even though
that
the
was a
eyes
waste.
can't widen, you get the sense that they are.
You sure fooled me. And she would actually just kind of reach her hand out if you wanted to, hop on.
In a slight hesitation, you see the steel defender initially move towards you and then kind of pull back as that jaw opens up, and Ketri will hop out, running along the arm before hesitantly but carefully making a leap towards you, landing in your palm. The voice still coming from the steel defender, a bit like a megaphone at this case.
I have a question. So Biddy actually is able to speak with small beasts. What would Ketri's actual voice be? Because Biddy could understand you.
How long has this been a thing? Oh my god, that's amazing.
Entire character creation.
It almost competing with what you can hear with Zanryn's voice echoing in your own mind, this connection that you can hear. What replaced these squeaks and little barks and wild gestures? Bitty, can you actually understand me?
I can if that's Ketri, right? And she's looking at him at the same time.
And you see this little squirrel just kind of jolt a little bit, head twitching back and forth, looking at you. Ow. How do you know what I'm saying?
It's a talent that I've had my entire life. I just don't get to use it much. And to be fair, I don't really want to talk to most creatures, so.
But you want to talk to
Time for
me?
everything. Well, yeah, you did a lot for us. Thank you.
But me, the...
Yes, you, Ketri. This cute little, and she's bringing up her other hand to very lightly, like, pat your head.
You'll see the ears fly back first.
This little fella right here.
Well, wouldn't you want to talk to something more helpful? Pointing back to the steel defender.
What's more helpful than you?
That one can actually save things. It can move quickly. It can hit harder. Ketri has small hands. You'll see those tiny paws, little claws kind of being held up.
But big ambition. You're the one with those small hands who controlled that big thing. It's all you, Ketri.
Just extensions.
Sometimes we need that.
Ketri's not big or helpful. And
Don't
small
tell anybody
Ketri
I
isn't
said
very
this.
good.
I'm also not very big.
Biddy is very big. Biddy is at least 500 times bigger than Ketri.
I know. Thank you, Ketri.
Biddy towers over Ketri.
Towers.
Ketri wishes they could be big and tall. Like that. Like you.
Well, you can. Honestly, what you can do is even more impressive than what any of us can do. You can kind of go down sizes and go up sizes. We're all the same. All the time. That's kind
Real-
of cool.
Real Ketri is not cold, but more useless.
Not at all. You can get into very small nooks and crannies that none of us can. You can climb faster than any of us. You are also the most stealthy person in trees that I've ever known, even more so than Zanryn, and that's kind of wild. Considering that automaton you ride in is massive.
Oh,
No one else
Ketri-
can do that.
Lots can. Lots of other Ketris can.
Okay, that's understood. But I mean in this group. Try to get Brom sneaking about. You'll hear him a mile away.
I am not.
I'd hope so.
Zanryn looks over at Brom and is just like, I hate to say it, but everyone has their talents. She is right about that, though. As he tries to just wrench his sword out of the remains of Nephile and is still trying to yank it back, and it's not quite budging just yet.
Whoever said I was trying to be quiet in the first place?
When I first arrived, you lot were trying to sneak through the Temple of Gon to ambush the man with the diamond eyes. I could hear you from another dimension.
I should have carved that third eye out when I had the chance. Hey, buddy! Dale! Yeah. All right, that's all I needed. You're still breathing down there. We'll be down there in a second, my friend.
Speaking of still breathing, Zanryn's gonna leave his sword momentarily still stuck in the side of the remains of Nephile. He's gonna run over towards Renwick's corpse. He's gonna push some psychic healing his way using his wings, just so he can get Renwick back up.
I'm pretty sure I'm back up because that
You
He was in the sensor.
Mhm.
Oh, nice. Okay, never mind. All right. Well, I run over there and I'm like, "You good, bud? You doing okay?"
Yes, I'm honestly, I'm just trying to deal with the fact that Ketri has been a squirrel this entire time. Did you know this?
I knew there was a squirrel. Imagine my guilt, man. I tried to eat Ketri the first time I saw them.
Yes. Oh, I've been there.
Oh, well. Anyway, I should have learned my lesson with Toff.
Do we know how to get out of here?
I mean, Yale made a bit of an opening. Let's check that out, I guess.
Do
Ketri
we
will
see Yale?
hop up on Biddy's arm a little closer to her ear. They do not like Ketri as Ketri. They know Ketri as friend in metal when Ketri is useful. Ketri will be useful again. And you'll see quickly Squirrel will run back into that steel defender, kind of holding back up, and that jaw slams shut.
Do I hear this?
Biddy was actually going to quickly psychically talk to you. Hey, can you make sure Ketri knows that you like Ketri as a squirrel as well? Their feelings are kind of hurt.
Yes. Also, for context, is it he, she, they? I don't think we ever cleared that up with Squirrel Ketri.
He. My apologies.
They.
He, they. Got it. Cool. Duly noted. Absolutely. Zanryn's going to wander over to the remains of the steel defender. Hey. Hey, Ketri.
Ketri is here to help.
Ketri was there to help in the fight, too.
Yes, and Ketri will make sure that Ketri will be always helpful to friends. And you'll see now leaning over the fallen massive body as there's a bit of salvage and scrounging around to see what still works of that remaining shell. Ketri will make sure that Ketri will be the best, and so that friends do not have to worry and will have a good friend still.
Ketri, did you build this body in the first place?
No. This was Ketri's first home. Well, sort of. Ketri's first body home.
How exactly did you come to live inside of this body?
Ketri awoke in it. Ketri was making nest inside and moved wires, and Ketri, you see like a small almost freeze, not ever actually working through this experience before. Ketri chewed wires. And then Ketri could remember. And Ketri was Ketri then. And then going back into this body, kind of opening it up and scrounging around. Ketri can still use this. This is stronger. This is bigger. This will be better. And then Ketri can keep kind of propping this large torso up, trying to position the head. This will be useful, Ketri.
Zanryn's going to lay one of his hands on the side of the steel defender. Bigger. Yes. Perhaps even stronger. But not better. Ketri, these things don't operate without you. You're brilliant, you realize that. You've made something incredibly strong out of nothing but, rust and wood and wires inside, and you're piloting this thing the whole time. That piloting is what's brilliant.
Better. No. Ketri is not good Ketri without this. Ketri needs this.
No.
Friends need this. Friends will be safer, and like what friend Nelson says, you must protect. Friend Biddy does not want to lose friends, so stronger is better.
Ketri, I would care a whole lot more if I lost you than if I lost one of your steel defenders. You realize that?
No.
Without?
No. There are lots of Ketris. Lots of Ketris in the woods. But only one of this. And you'll see the kind of tilting of the head, trying to kind of frame it like a statue in this place. This will be better. Ketri will be better then. Does not friend Zanryn always try to be better?
Yes. But I also recognize that my strength comes from my family, my friendship with others. We're friends with you. And not necessarily just the steel that you sit within. It's you. Ketri, do you know what it's a bit of an odd question perhaps, but have you ever heard of a soul?
Soul! And we'll lift up the foot of the fallen shell. Soul! It is...
Oh, they got you
the
there.
base. Right? The foundation. The grounding.
No. Hold on a second. And Zanryn's going to focus, and he's going to do the weird thing and try and summon the echo of his twin. This is Kalaya. She is here in soul. I'm here in soul and body. Yeah? Your machines are just body, but you also have body and soul. Without you, the machines don't have a soul. You understand? You make them alive. You make them strong. You understand? Without you, it's not really you inside one of those things. You are the real Ketri, not these.
But does not real Ketri need a body to be real?
No. And I'm just going to go ahead and sort of point to my twin. She's going to go ahead and point back and nod.
Can you hold a soul?
Not quite in the same way that we used to, but...
So a body is necessary. Ketri must have a body, then, or else Ketri cannot hold friends.
I suppose let's put it this way. Ketri needs a body to hold friends, yes, but Ketri doesn't need a body to have friends. Does that make sense? I hope so.
But why would friends need Ketri if Ketri cannot be there?
Because we want... we don't want you for your strength alone. We don't want anything on that front. We just want to be friends. It's not a case of... Well, it's not really even a case of want. It's... Want doesn't always apply with family. Family is more dependence and need. And it's trust.
Trust in what, Zanryn?
Each other. Trust in each other to see everyone through. I was doubting myself.
Ketri has
back
no
then.
body. How can Ketri see?
You can see me right now, can't you?
Ketri has small body. And that jaw will open up again, and you'll just see the little paws kind of curl out from under and that head poke out. Voice still booming from behind the steel defender. Small Ketri's
but mighty.
body can do nothing. Cannot help friends. Even Sister Soul is small in body. Cannot do the same without strong body. Is Ketri right? Wouldn't friend Ketri may be mean on this. Wouldn't friend sister be better with a body?
Perhaps, but that's not really a choice for them anymore.
But Ketri has choice, though. Ketri could also make body for both sisters. For everyone's sister. Ketri can make every sister's a body.
All right, let's slow down. To be fair, I'm basically the body of my sister already, so don't even sweat it.
I wouldn't sweat it with mine either. I don't know. Zanryn kind of looks at Biddy with the questioning look of like, is that possible? Like, what? Do we have like a mecha owl? I mean, look, listen, she's probably looking over being like, what are you talking about? I'm fine. Leave me alone.
Like wonky acorn eyes and some makeshift owl automaton figure that is
it's kind of like a knockoff Five Nights at Freddy's kind of nonsense right there. It's mildly terrifying in every way. And then the lights go out and it's like, oh no, this is actually terrifying. It's great.
Ketri's head will go back in. Ketri wants to know the truth. Wouldn't it be better if sister had her body? Is that not what friend Zanryn really wants?
Zanryn takes a long, pensive look at Kalaya, and she sort of nods back in his direction. The important thing is that they're happy. And that doesn't necessarily need a body, but it does need a soul. Right? Yes, a body is helpful, and I'm sure they certainly wouldn't complain, but at the end of the day, having each other is the really important thing. I mean, Ketri, I'd much rather walk out of this place knowing that you were alive instead of walking out with just having one of your larger bodies. You are brilliant. You can make new ones. You can create things. You can make something truly special, even from scratch, even if these are your first homes. But without you, those homes aren't special.
Then Ketri will always make more, and then Ketri will be useful still.
Do you understand? It's you, not the homes, that's special.
If Ketri makes homes, then Ketri is special.
Ketri is special because Ketri is Ketri.
Ketri doesn't understand. Ketri is Ketri. What does that mean?
Zanryn's just going to kind of smile and shake his head and... Never mind, I'll explain it when we're out of here, perhaps. For the moment, I'm glad that you're okay. I'm very glad that you're okay.
And if anything, you're, wrapping your head around the concept of souls and bodies better than Brom ever could.
Renwick's snooping around behind Ketri, just looking at the new body and the old body. How exactly do you make it move?
Ketri connects, and you'll see a small smile and a tooth that glows blue. Bluetooth.
I can't believe you. Actually, Biddy hates Ketri now. Throw him down the hole.
I'll never financially recover from this.
You use your teeth? Is there a system of controls or?
Ketri can connect.
So it's magic then. Got it.
Ketri extends Ketri's soul. Looking at Zanryn for approval.
Yeah. Probably.
Ketri's soul is in them.
You know what?
Ketri can split souls then.
I'm not quite sure how that works. I think it's more kind of like a rental.
Ketri loves renting then, and we'll try to start pulling the other body. Ketri was ready to go. Ketri will rent many bodies and have many souls then.
It's not really how it works. Well, as Renwick kind of pats the coin in his pocket, maybe it is. Never mind.
Ketri invents the first extension cord splitter. Wow.
Damn, Ketri needs to get to the Baldur's Gate patent office and call Sawyer right away.
Who wants to help with the paperwork?
Time to go to modern day.
We're going to start like our own Microsoft or Apple.
As a total side note, isn't there this thing where, like, they created the internet or a rudimentary phone system in D&D with a massive network of magic mouths? Like,
It can be done. We have the technology.
We'll call it Roots.
yeah. Zanryn's gonna look over to the first body of Ketri and is gonna sort of honk his head to the side. Ketri, you said that you were moving wires around in that thing and then you started to remember. How much do you remember?
Ketri saw trees with leaves and branches and grass, and Ketri eventually saw a bird and then 8 acorns. 12. Ketri was very hungry.
Huh.
Ketri can tell more. After 12 acorns, Ketri learned to stand and could reach even more acorns.
Was this your mechanical body, or was this you?
Ketri is both. This is better Ketri, patting the larger shell.
Huh.
Well, what are we going to do with this? As he's pointing to Ketri's old body, like kind of hard to take with us.
No, Ketri will drag along. And you can see like this twine being tied around the ankle of that larger body to be wrapped around the steel defender along the torso.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Everybody, or
Man, you're the first one to notice that the vines have begun to open up from the chamber that you originally walked through. Elder Fadden's twisted workshop, still glowing with all the bits and bobs of the corrupted science that was conducted here. But you've never really had time to sit and take it all in. And as you stare back out, wondering what Ketri could do, you're the first one to notice this absolute unit of an automaton.
Oh. Hey.
Bigger than Ketri?
It's
Gang, do you see that?
Who are you saying
Yes.
this to?
Everyone, I said, hey, gang. It's
Oh, it cut out.
Oh, sorry. Bad connection things.
The body of it is shaped almost like a Fabergé egg. But then it has these hulking shoulder plates that come down to massive pneumatic fists and large, chunky legs. But there's a layer of dust over the top of it. Seems like it hasn't been touched in years.
Well,
Oh, go for it, dude.
what? Well, let's. We could see what it is. Renwick's gonna walk over to it and just, if it's not too far, just tap it with his foot.
Kind of leans to his side, but it is stout. But nothing happens.
I don't think that it's functioning.
Maybe. Maybe not. Say, Ketri, I know
Yes.
the old body is important, and if you want to rebuild it, that's certainly not a choice that I would try to rob you of, but have you considered, getting a new rental? Getting an upgrade, maybe?
Ketri could try to take it, but it doesn't look cozy.
Well, no house looks cozy until you make it a home. Right?
Ketri can take a look.
No harm in taking a look.
And very hesitantly, you'll see the small defender move up to the foot of this automaton and kind of click along the ankles, hearing if there's like a hollow sound on the inside.
There is.
Is anyone home? Ketri is outside. Hello?
Just a reverberation of an echo.
Do friends like this more? Looking back at the group.
We have no preference.
Yeah, it's
It's
what you like.
It's your body.
Yeah,
Whatever
all-
you like.
All about you, Ketri. As long as it's got you inside it, that's the important thing, right?
Bigger and stronger.
Yes, but probably slower.
Ketri
How do
is
you
fast.
feel? How does it make you feel? If it's not right, then you don't have to use it.
Ketri did not build this one, but if better for friends, Ketri will take it, and you'll see that jaw open up as Squirrel will hop out and climb up into the nape of the neck and try to burrow inside.
Roll your, in this case, it's your, do you have an artificer multi-tool?
Where would I find that? Like,
Uh,
is like my tools that I have, or
we're gonna assume that that you have one because you created an artificer so that you would have this piece. It's basically how you build everything. It's like in my imagination, it's the D&D screwdriver that you can put all the different bits on.
cool.
Saws for
Kind of
hands.
one size fits all.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your spell attack.
Okay. That is. I always feel like I'm brand new at using this every single time.
Oh,
Spell
I'm sorry.
attack
It's I take it for granted. It's very easy to see on the other sheet and not here. Your DC is there. Spell attack is hidden on the sheet.
Assuming that it's proficiency plus intelligence, it should be.
There could
D20
also be
plus
a
8.
modifier there from a piece of equipment. So I'm looking right on D&D Beyond. Let's see here. It says a +8 right now.
Oops. All right. 19 plus 8 is 27.
27.
Good math.
I have to ask: Is Brom within 5 feet of Ketri right now?
Yeah, those
I get a
are
rocket launcher in this thing.
those are combat rolls, but a 19 is +8 is well past the DC 24. When you go to find somewhere to burrow, you find part of its arcane power box. Inconveniently enough, there's a spot right where you can climb in, and it only takes you a few minutes before the rest of the party sees the dust shaking off as it opens up. Oh,
Ketri is very big now, in a very loud, booming voice.
I don't think you're gonna have to pick and choose. As
Ketri has small army then! Kind of, you see the arms quickly like flail open and it spins around looking at all 3 defenders now at its side.
and there's a seat for your Warforge, because there are 2 seats inside this automaton.
This thing is massive. Love it. Ketri will be ready for anything then. And
It
you can
looks
kind
like
of see like the testing of the body, checking out all the joints, kind of sitting in there, and you just see some like punches back and forth, some high kicks as Ketri tests out the movability of this particular feature. Ketri likes it, but does not have home yet. Can friends help? And these big bright eyes will look at all of you. Ketri would like one plant. When friends sees a good plant that they like, can Ketri have?
Absolutely.
Then Ketri
It's,
will put it inside.
It's not quite the same, but you can use this to start before you put any plants in there. And I'm going to reach into my pocket and grab the pouch of 7 Fey acorns and hand them over.
Oh, string them up. Oh,
I have given chaos to the
I was like, outside of game, are you sure you really want to do this?
I am absolutely sure I want to do this, Becca. It's 100%.
You know how I play, so I'm just giving you a fair heads up.
Look, listen, it worked out great last time. It's excellent. This is 100% the right call.
Very well then. 7 acorns back in Ketri's pocket. Your God.
so I have now made you the owner of Ketri Defender 3.0.
Okay.
So, your new wonderful Defender has a whole set of new stats
Oh gosh.
that are all here.
Sweet, sweet.
So here's the fun part.
Oh no. Yeah?
Your hit points are now combined with your Steel Defender. You have 220 hit points.
Good God.
I am a rock.
You have an
Why?
armor
We have a
class
tank.
of 24.
What the?
You have damage immunity to
Everything.
poison and psychic. You have damage resistance to bludgeoning, cold, fire, necrotic, piercing, radiant, and slashing. You have a 26 strength inside the defender, 14 dexterity, 20 constitution, 16 intelligence, 4 wisdom, and 10 charisma. And you have 1 giant destructive fist.
Very fitting.
Oh my god. Oh, what the heck?
That thing can tank like 450 points of damage.
God. Oh,
It does 4d12s of force damage on a punch. It also has a crushing leap.
Sounds about right for considering. With this kind of weight, how much do I weigh?
Yes, apparently.
Yes, just
Yes, I think yes is the correct answer.
Fair enough.
You also regenerate 10 points at the start of each turn.
What?
Oh god, this terrifies me.
I am
If
also,
this is the buff.
I'm a literal vampire and I don't even get that shit.
But you have to make a occasional artificer check as it takes damage.
that's fair to make sure I can keep fixing it.
Yeah, there's a 25% chance of having to make a bonus action fix.
That's fair. That's fair.
In the traditional sense of a mighty servant of Oluko is what they called. They have a 25% chance of attacking someone random. We will not be doing that. We'll just have you doing an artificer
The
check.
The party.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good god.
You
You'll
have
see this.
the D&D in-game mech. This is the first time I've ever got to use it. I modified it slightly.
That's fair. I'm a
to fit.
mech. You'll see the top part of this egg kind of spin around and the top part of it furl back as you see now small Ketchery behind the control system with a small Xbox controller managing this very large machine.
Just don't take it in
Wow.
the water.
Wow, I think what brand of controller is that? Is that Logitech? Oh my god.
Ketchery is looking for controller sponsorships right now.
Definitely elite.
We could always spray paint it hot pink and have a Barbie crossover, you know.
It's true. Dude,
I'm
Barbie
in.
marketing
They're
top
already
10 right now.
Yeah, so they're already
Barbie
marketing on everything
Xbox.
else.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed the Oppenheimer memes of the pink explosions.
We should just make sure you're super purple and you're now Grimace.
Oh my god.
You just throw shakes at everybody.
Everyone.
God.
Not 20s.
Horrifying music that follows.
As you consume the grimace shake, please take 11d12 psychic damage.
Ketchery will look out, now kind of towering over the group. Ketchery promises to always protect friends and be the best Ketchery that Ketchery can be. That sounded way more military than I thought. That message must have resonated with me more than I realized.
Here. Whoa.
So, inside of your new defender, it's essentially like Star Wars, where you have your droid. Your old suit of armor is in the secondary seat, and you can talk to it. You can give it commands. It co-pilots the mech with you.
Okay. Great. So it's my Chewie.
Yes.
Cool. I will now find a small
Wait, how tall
vest
are you now?
for Ketchery to win. Oh, where? Yeah. How tall is...
Because Catcher was like, what, 7 foot?
Yeah, you were enormous.
Oh yeah, it's 15 feet tall.
So
Yeah.
am I gonna have to roll to go through doors at this point?
Perhaps literally, roll up into a ball so you can be more compact.
Yeah,
I
you'll
need the
definitely
easiest way.
going into buildings, you'll have to descend in your small mech suit out of it.
Cool. We'll park the big tank outside and move in.
Yeah, there's like no way you're sneaking anywhere.
No.
Oh my god, I just thought about this. Yeah,
Whoa. Do you guys realize that this thing has a gigantic leap? Ketri wasn't supposed to be silent at all either. We don't know. This thing hasn't rolled. It could be just as deadly jumping out of trees as before. Okay?
I need to point out as well, there is a +2 to stealth on this thing.
There is a chance I could be
Dang.
good at this.
That's pretty good.
It's literally going to look like the Anthem tanks falling out of the sky.
Ketri will show you how good it is. And let's
that
go
mean-
ahead and try that crushing leap, as I'd like to try to make a leap across this room.
Wait,
Why
where
not?
is Yale?
Down at the bottom.
He gets
That's
crushed.
how that works.
Yale?
Never mind.
Wait, is he like in that hole down there?
Yeah, he's in the hole.
Biddy would be like, oh my gosh, and then run over and kind of lay on her belly and look over. Hey, buddy. We have a big buddy now if you need a hand.
This
Oh,
is very
that-
big.
That deck save gives me nightmares. What the hell?
Let's see how it goes.
Small reverberation around the whole ground
Yeah, no,
nearby.
Yeah, I'm rolling
Stay
now. I
away.
gotta see what happens.
Woo!
Oh.
Oh, never mind. Cool, awesome.
Dang it.
As you commit to that leap, Zanryn's just like, whoa, whoa, and then just poof.
I'm going to need a bigger shield.
Big Ketri, can you help with Yale down there?
Ketri can be useful. And you'll see this tank rush towards Yale in particular. Friend Yale, Ketri is here to help.
Oh, good. And he's just gonna hold up his arms from this crater that's still glowing red hot from the meteor swarm.
Put your hands up. And then Ketri will try to pick them up from like lifting them under their arms.
Go ahead and roll another artificer check, D20 plus 8.
Okay.
It's maybe the only character who's taller than Yale.
A 19.
I think Ketri was taller than Yale before, too.
Hey, true, possible.
Oh, it's kind of like using a backhoe for the first time. You haven't quite got used to the pneumatics yet, so it's like boom, it's kind of launched like 5 feet in the air to go back down in your arms. Okay, okay, thank you. This is
Ketri is strong now to help.
very strong.
Ketri will even be a better friend now.
Thank
You were
you.
never a bad friend.
Here, here, ditto.
Ketri has good friends.
Renwick. Perception check advantage.
Ketri for the height.
Oh, I rolled a disadvantage on accident. Nat 20.
Hey,
Nat 20. There is what can only be described for you as a magnetic like pull.
Love magnets.
For anybody else, it could be the smell of fresh cut flowers or fresh baked bread. Something that draws you to its location. But while you're in that old, empty laboratory, you see a very ancient Gothic looking vial. Crimson red.
Is it blood?
When you inspect it, you find an ancient Bloodwell vial.
Ooh.
This is a +3. This is the very rare. When you attune to this ancient blood, you get that +3 to your spell attacks, spell save DC.
Oh, nice. Let's upgrade my +2 then.
Yep.
Sick. He'll yeah, he'll take it and hang it around his neck with the other vial.
Zanryn. You haven't noticed it until now, but there is a small emblem that has been floating above your sister's head. Is there a marking, a sign, something that symbolizes your people?
A symbol that's split down the middle, one side looking like a wing and the other side looking like a talon, but both are cut off into the halves.
Your choice. You either find this emblem floating above the crown and third eye of yourself as well, or it can appear tattoo-like somewhere.
I think it would probably... How about this? How about it suddenly sort of streams as energy and embosses itself into the dark iron arm, and that sigil suddenly appears on the back of the hand.
Very runic. This emblem of your people functions like a legendary ghost step tattoo. You have 3 charges of an ethereal form that you can take with a bonus action. As you can go incorporeal. You can also receive resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Can't be grappled or restrained. And you can move through creatures and solid objects as if they were difficult terrain.
Dude, you are Danny Phantom.
Oh my goodness.
Theme song and all.
I am a ghost.
Who's that driving? Patrick Swayze.
Damn, that damage resistance is... Oh my goodness, that's going to be so nice.
Well, it sure would have been nice to have that restraint
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much constrict, owie.
Biddy. Not only do you have the power of this ancestral couple at your will, you've noticed something about love's embrace. Before, it was always diametrically opposed. For the first time, now that you're back with Betty. And a spawn stronger than ever, you can manipulate the charge. It can be any elemental damage that you wish. It does not have to be diametrically opposed. You can set both your armor and the weapon to what kind of elemental damage you wish. Your javelin and Love's Embrace all go to +3.
Whoa. Bam.
Hello?
Yo.
Sorry,
I guess,
thought I lost everyone. Oh,
You're a bit speechless there for once, Biddy.
Yeah, I just want to hit something now. I'm just like thinking of everything.
Ketri will hop up. Hit me!
What? No, I didn't mean it.
Ketri can handle it.
No.
If not, then Ketri should leave
No.
this behind.
I don't want to ruin that perfectly good paint job you have.
Better from friend than from enemy.
No, that's... They're both
No?
bad.
Oh. Oh. And you see like the whole egg shape shaking yes and like understanding your point. Oh.
is it me or is Love's him? Hang on a second. The inscription. The our new friends here, as Zanryn references to the new pair of echoes that Biddy has that are both Sylvan twins. The inscription from way back when, Brom, you said the blade, it's written in something old and elven, right?
Yeah.
You don't reckon they could read it?
Yeah, I don't know if they're the speaking type, my friend.
Well, either way, they've looks like a whole new thing.
I think taking this weapon back to the Fae has awakened something inside of it. It was definitely from here first. It was always meant to be a bond. I think you've just released its final potential.
So it's not going to go back to what it was when we leave, right? This is mine.
No, I don't think so.
I love that.
Remembering... Oh, go for it, Brom. Sorry.
Even more fun because it has already been leveled. In its second awakening, it went to +3 and so did your javelin. It will now carry the Vorpal property.
What?
The only thing it has left. So, enemies that can be ended with less than 100 hit points will be disposed of on a 20, or if you're next to Brom, a 19.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Mortal danger.
All right, what did Brom get?
Ooh.
The satisfaction.
Infinite healing.
I think having Yale back is enough for me.
Oh, but that's not good for Yale.
I think Yale deserves what we like to call a vacation, buddy. I don't know how long you've been in service your whole life, but I want to show you something that's called unlimited brunch. I think you'll like it. I have never had unlimited brunch before. See, you take the heartburn medicine because the mimosas will flow. I promise you this.
Brunch has a certain timeline. It'll have to end eventually. That doesn't make it unlimited. It's very limited.
Brunch can roll into Brenner. Brenner can roll into...
Yeah, but he didn't say unlimited food. He said unlimited brunch.
Well... Perhaps...
You can be all the particular you want while I'm at unlimited brunch.
Have fun, I'll roll you later.
If your brunch isn't unlimited, that just means you don't have enough money.
It's a good thing we're filthy rich.
Been brunching with the poors. I've always wanted to say that. I've never been able to say that before. It's a horrible
Really,
line.
that's the phrase you always wanted to say.
Reality TV has a horrible influence.
What's that?
Plays, you know. Things you get to do in the Metropolitan. Certainly you took one in while you were... Well, maybe you're not as cultured as I thought you were.
Oh, it's like the one where they accidentally wander into the Fae, and then the Oberon and Titania are there, and they turn the one guy into a donkey, and yeah, I know that one. That's
It gets
good.
better
That's
with
really
wine.
it's much better with wine. Zanryn's going to take a moment, look around, and then wander back over to Nephile's remains. And again, he tries to yank out the hilt of the song blade, and then remembering what Biddy said about relaxing his grip, he does so and pulls it out.
For someone who can make blades disappear and reappear, you sure are having trouble with that one.
It's, all the momentum of the moment. It's all about remembering what it's about. Letting go. Not letting frustration overwhelm you, and embracing the fact that there are people by your side who care. That's the song. We did good.
Brom is going to go and take a small stroll through Elder Faden's laboratory. All these books just sitting here going to waste. As he dusts some off where there's cobwebs and a section that hasn't been touched probably as long as that massive construct is set. A little bit of gilded gold and platinum catches his eye as he pulls out a book that's bound with two wings wrapped around the front of it. What are we have here? As he blows the dust off, when he opens it, there's just a radiance that disintegrates those dust particles on the outside of it. Brom's eyes get wide as he's looking at this book of exalted deeds. Biddy, come here.
What? And you could see her probably just a bit far away, also looking through different dusted tomes and beakers and whatever else this lab had. But she would drop whatever she does have on a close by table and run over to you. What is it?
Turn the page.
Why? Do you not know how?
No,
You don't?
look.
Oh my gosh, Brom. First you lick your finger. Like that. Very lightly. Not a lot. And then you touch the page. And then you flip it.
You touch the page. There's just this warmth and radiance to it. And it
Oh, that
flips.
page feels weird.
And you can see when you were resurrected from the Knolls. It's like your book, except for it plays out with deeds of divination.
Are you playing a trick on me?
No. Shows us our deeds and the pathway it took to get us here.
Does it show the future?
Now, the further I turn, it's more about taking the wisdom with us that got us here. And he looks back at the scene for the first time, thinking back just how many times Helm, divine intervention, your own magic, what's held this party together for so long. The wisdom of those deeds comes crashing forward. As Brom's wisdom goes to 24. Any cleric spell that I cast now counts as one level higher.
Whoa, wow.
That.
Sick.
You basically give yourself 9th level Mass Cure Wounds Holy. Good lord. Woof.
Hey, my Echo's a cleric. Does she get that too?
So many useful things here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mark this in your book. Ready? Someone may need this.
Why?
There's a lot of lost knowledge here. And it shouldn't go in vain. After all, somebody's gonna have to check up on it. Make sure the file hasn't returned or no crazy elder has held up shop here. We can't take it all with us.
No, we can't. But you're right.
I know, I always am.
Does this book do
If you're
anything when
weak.
anybody else touches it?
You know, I do have a halo over my head if I choose to have it. But you know, I'm not cosmetic shaming everyone else right now.
Brom does?
Yes, I can have a magical halo above my head.
Is it there right now?
Only when he smiles back at you, and he makes it disappear really quick because he's not comfortable with it.
Wait, what was that?
Nothing. Just that I'm always right. Come on.
There's no way he didn't smile during that. that right there, above your head.
Nope. Looks like you're seeing things again, Biddy.
Horns.
Come on now, you're seeing things down here. We need to get you out of the Fae.
I'm not seeing anything except for what's above your head when you look at me and smile.
Bring. It shows up again. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Ah, yeah, oh, I saw it again.
Hold on there, Brom. Not so fast, not so fast. Hold on.
No, it's a
Let me
trick.
take a look at this.
No, it's a light cantrip.
And
That's fine.
Zanryn's actually motioning towards the book.
I got a lot of reading to do. It's everything
Yes,
we've
but-
already been through.
Ketri can
Yes.
help you read if needed. Ketri is a very good reader.
Ketri, did you just say reader instead of book?
Yes, Ketri just learned that word, and you'll kind of see the crack open of the chest and Squirrel holding up a number of books, one in particular that has the word reader underlined. Ketri has learned.
I thought
Actually,
Nelson told you to stop reading.
Closing the book and hides back in.
Petri, I'd love to sit down with you and read you this book.
Ketri would love that.
Let's read it together.
Will Brom read to Ketri?
Yes.
No, Brom can't read.
Oh.
I fixate my halo above my head. Ting! I got a little nightlight.
Oh,
Is that how you take in words?
If you, in downtime, sit down with Brom in this book, I will give Ketri +2 to wisdom, as you will see all the exalted deeds in the history of the Itty Bitty Critty Committee.
to know Toff?
Oh, yes. Ketri would love to learn about the history of this party.
And it's a book of all the good stuff.
Like the
Oh,
kick me sign on your back. That's my favorite part.
Caustic, if you'll write that down, so I have a record when I go and
Sure.
fixate these.
What if we did that live at GCX? Just like a sit-down circle of you reading to us.
Yes.
And then they went in the back of the carriage and they pushed the button.
Why did nobody ever stop Toff?
Well, I think it's time to go home. Shall we?
How exactly? That hole?
I feel comfortable. You yell. As comfortable as I can be. When you're ready.
If I might take just a second or two.
Please.
Zanryn's gonna wander over to... Actually, this is an important contextual question. Ketri, is your original body or your Steel Defender, are either of those still out on the field, or are they packed inside the mech?
It sounds like we were able to pack them all inside.
Hey, Ketri, do you mind opening up for a second?
Ketri will always share, and that chest piece will swing open.
After having picked up the blade again, Zanryn is going to reach out for the psychometric resonance in the area and feel that strong attachment that Ketri has to their original home. And he's going to place a hand on Ketri's original mechanized body and then offer out the other hand so that Ketri can sort of sit in his palm.
Ketri will hop down and kind of perch within your palm.
I would like to use this moment to conduct a ceremony for Ketri.
You'll
Nice.
see Ketri lean down and place both of their palms onto yours.
This next bit's going to be a little bit strange, but hopefully it shows you just how special you are. And just how special everything you can do is. Also going to declare that I'm going to use a... Gotta double check to make sure I actually have one, but I would very much love to use an advantage card if there is one around. Because, yeah, we don't want to mess up a ceremony roll. Yeah.
Go for it.
Gotcha. Is there one in the party hand?
I believe there's one inside the Discord, but no one has updated it, so just go ahead and use it. There's a lot that needs to be transferred in from over there from last fight.
I'll draw and then I'll play. How about that? There we go. So yeah, let's see what goodies we can get for you. That's the first. And here comes advantage. Oh, thank God it's advantage. And that's why we play advantage on important rolls.
Good call.
Let's see, what else have I got in my hand?
I curse you. Dinner.
The curse of the Ketri. I am going to also play a D8 on top of that.
You don't. You're fine. Ceremony's very simple.
Cool. Reaching out, instead of using knives as typical on this much smaller surface area, Zanryn uses his talons, and it's not something where he's inscribing something and scratching against it. It's a very gentle motion against the weave of energy that's there. And it starts to just bloom out, much like a tree would. If you would, Becca, describe what you see and what that means to Ketri, and what the original body feels like. Can be as much or as little as you desire from this.
Just to make sure I understand this. So this is like a visualization? Like a spiritual remembrance of the tree?
It's essentially anything you want, but it's tied to strong emotional presence. If there's any particular feeling that the original body evokes within you, that's likely what you'd see. If there's any particularly strong memory that's attached to that particular place, given that it's your home, that's what would play out. To give the best example of it, I would remember back to Bitty and Toff in the cave at the moment when we conducted the ceremony for those two.
It creates a very interesting visual. A large tree whose trunk is deep with lines, almost as if when you run your hand over it, it falls in between every little crevice, as if instead of a strong, thick bark, just hundreds of roots have come together to intertwine, to build and grow together to reach the sky. Propped up against it is that original shell. Almost peaceful, but empty, very ghost-like. And small little squirrel comes up to it, just barely even able to look over the tip of the toe as it lies motionless, laid up against this tree. vines cover it as if the tree itself was trying to engulf it, making it almost one. And you see this squirrel just kind of turning around, barking at others, and you look across this opening in a tree up high where a number of family of other squirrels are at, kind of shielded away, very hesitant to come down to this very unusual creature down below. Back and forth barking, squeaks, until that rest of the crew runs back into the forest. But Squirrel, still curious, carrying leaves and small twigs, begins to investigate, climbs up along this machine, inside, explores, and is just enthralled with these colorful wires, these sparks that occur, and this very safe tomb to be had inside. Almost eagerly, you can see this in almost a fast forward of events, just quickly as Squirrel leaves and comes back, bringing each time small little more pieces, little twigs, little moss, all about building this home, this nest inside this body. What was once cold and echoey now becomes this soft and protective cage. And once again, Squirrel stands at the foot of this now metal home, barking, squeaking out to the family of squirrels across, who come out on the branch to look at it, squeak, and then run away. Kind of frustrated, Squirrel goes back in, upset. This home built but not used, kind of begins to move things about, kind of tearing it until they bite the wrong cord. And Squirrel goes out.
Petri. I don't know what to say other than that you are remarkable.
Almost a moment of shivers overcomes Ketri. And taking a small moment where Squirrel looks up at you, really seeing you eye to eye, and not through the eyes of these shells. Ketri has built a home for friends and family. Ketri just wants family.
Ketri has family. And Ketri clearly has a marvelous home. Zanryn pats the side of the automaton and realizes the significance of this warforged, and that taking it along is unquestionably the correct move. Kind of starting to understand now how Ketri and their relationship is with the warforged itself, and how it's more than just a body. It's kind of their, well, it literally is an extension of themselves.
Zanryn has home with Ketri, and Squirrel, in its small form, will kind of lay down into your palm, putting their face right in, curled right against that muscle in the middle of your hand.
Zanryn has home with Ketri too. You have a home with all of us. It's such a strange coincidence that Nelson ran into you, but he is often a collector of strange occurrences, that one. Very few have been as marvelous as you. I don't think it was... I don't think it was a mistake or chance. I think that this was meant to happen. It's good to be a part of your family, Ketri. And it's good to have you as a part of ours.
Ketri has family. With friends.
Being very conscious of the fact that Ketri has crawled right into his palm and that it's literally the talons of an owl, Zanryn is not going to kind of like try and like squeeze in any manner, so it's like, you know, providing like a little bit of reassurance. He keeps his palm very flat, but
Right into my clutches.
Let me cradle you like lunch.
Time for Ketri chimichangas.
A little tail sticking out at
Oh
the
my!
end.
Oh my God!
Could you?
Ketri's Halloween costume, just a little chimichanga.
That actually sounds really cozy. I think I would like that costume.
Sounds like a segment of a Alvin and the Chipmunks movie.
Yes. Yes.
Knowing that everything is, you know, he doesn't want to close a talon on Ketri. He doesn't want to make anything that could be even vaguely cited as aggressive, and he's really unsure of what to do. At which point, he's very glad his twin steps in and does not reach a talon over either, but instead sort of takes a wing and then gently begins to sort of stroke it over. And there is no physical contact, but there is a distinct psychic warmth that happens. I don't know if that freaks Ketri out, but it's entirely possible because it's also just like, hey, this thing is like five times your like body size. I don't know.
It is surrounded. No, Ketri, you can almost feel this little squirrel's muscles relax and they melt into your palm. I'm not sure if you've ever seen a squirrel sunbathe, but they just kind of flop out with their little limbs in every direction. But
It's
it is
like
much
lying
like
flat.
that. Yes.
When they do that after they've been eating on the corn feeder, and they have the full belly, and they just lay down. It's adorable.
And in a moment, then you see Ketri pop up. Ketri does not need forest or acorns. Ketri will follow family. You can kind of hear this voice echoing now inside this tank. But Ketri would really like it if we stay with acorns.
We need to find you new plants for your new home.
It will echo less than. Kind of looking around in this space.
With the ceremony completed, Zanryn's song blade at his side lights up slightly with a pulse of psychic energy and then dissipates once again.
Question.
Brenda's good with magic.
Does this new Ketri body have like a chest cavity opening like the other one?
Yeah, but this one is more like a sliding door feature.
I ask because you're so large. Are you like our Trojan horse?
It's only fit for 2 people.
That's fine.
There is room
What
on top.
sizes? Average size people or bitty brom size people?
I mean, the Warforged sits inside it, so I imagine this is like Biddy and Brom.
Average to large size people.
Ooh. We can infiltrate.
Whenever you're all ready.
hopping back in, that door will slide shut. And you'll see Ketri resume the control position as that part also closes, hiding him back behind this steel wall. Ketri is ready.
Brom's gonna stick out his hand for you to grab on.
We'll do so.
How big are Ketri's hands compared to Brom? I imagine basically you could hold
Brom grabs up as a finger. It's hilarious. It's the complete opposite juxtaposition of the way it was.
I have this great image in my head now of Ketri holding Brom's hand, and it's just a finger for Ketri, and then Brom holding the automaton's hand, and it's just this small, medium, and large.
And then you just see the halo pop up. He smiles occasionally.
As it gathers the circle to shift planes once again. Yo, I think we should hand this one off. Yale just smiles as I look over to Zanryn.
What? I mean, if you're sure, you can always.
We got you, buddy.
You can always help. Well, I suppose I can give it a try.
Give us a couple of words as we leave this plane of existence, my friend. Whoever's out there can hear your words. Let them know.
It's actually a good point, though. We're back to the material plane, I take it?
Yeah, back home.
Aim for Waterdeep. See how close we get. Got it.
As Yale and Brom begin concentrating, as we all join hands in a circle, as the emblem of Helm blazes in between us, that single gauntlet. And then it fades. For your anchor, Zanryn.
Zanryn takes his song blade and presses it to the ground between everyone and begins drawing the circle. This time, everything is effortless. Something feels like it's clicked. There's no dogged frustration. There's no resistance to the energy and its pull. It's like a circle being drawn with a protractor. If we have learned nothing more, it's that we, and I really do mean we, have been brought together. There's nothing that we can't accomplish now. And so, as we take these next steps to go home, let us remember what brings us back. Family.
Amen. As you all begin to flicker, as whatever corner of the Feywild we begin to drift away, turning from particles of human to leaves that settle gently back down on the ground. And unlike any other time that you've plane shifted before, no kaleidoscope, no fear, only warmth and calm as you open up your eyes and smell the salt of the sea and water deep rushes all around you. It's like the best sleep that you've ever gotten. Imbued with a strength that you've never felt before. Welcome to level 18.
Level 18?
Excuse me? What?
Yeah.
What?
Just jump at 3 levels. Okay.
Oh my god.
3 levels up.
Oh my god.
And on that note, I will let you refresh your beverage.
Dope.
Oh, I have so many decisions to make. Oh my god.
Your beverage. I've got to level up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I need to decide what. Oh, okay. I need to decide whether I get some saves or some other saves. Oh my. Oh. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay.
Here's the big test. Byf, can you see animated map or does it not load?
I am not on my home setup. Let me check. Because this is an interesting one. I see the clouds, but that is a filter over the top.
Oh, that's right. This is the foe. This is the foe animation. It got me.
Spoiled once again. What the heck? Level 18? Oh my god.
Level 18 combat.
Oh, this is gonna be deadly. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well. I mean, hey, you know. Can take on a BBEG at some point.
Chips are going all in, baby.
I'm not going to lie as well. I wondered if there was something that was going to go on from the Ketri 3.0 steel behemoth that we've just got with us now. Only mildly terrifying.
Mildly. We gotta play with all our toys. We only got a couple more sessions left. Every time a party hits 10, I just wish that they skip to 20. We can't. Some people, level 20 is like ridiculous. The squirrel is a regular squirrel size. Yeah, it's tiny. The dwarf quake. By the way, Estenial, how excited are you for Baldur's Gate a full month early? I'm so pumped to play Baldur's Gate. Our buddy Dan had an incredible quote earlier today about Baldur's Gate. And I need to read it for all of you. It really... puts everything into perspective. Baldur's Gate 3 will have more cinematic dialogue than all 3 of the Lord of the Rings novels combined. It has 174 hours of cinematics, making it more than twice the length of every season of Game of Thrones combined.
Well, Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. I was reading Dan's tweet from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, water deep. This is a cool map. Kinda wish we had a teal roof. Mudcat, can we make our roof teal? Look how pretty it looks from the sky. We live close to the airport. That'd be good.
Good for what?
When people fly over, they'll be like, look at that teal roof.
Teal roof would be very Key West of you.
Yes.
Already have a teal mailbox. What else you want?
Obviously a teal roof.
Mm.
It's the next way to level up.
Oh, I have some decisions to make. Oh, Lord.
The purple roofs are also cool, but I feel like teal is very, very Florida.
At table, do you mind if I ask a stupid mid-maxi question, RoBear?
I'll say yes. But he's not
Ooh.
here.
Oh, he's a... Oh, sorry, I'm not on the...
You can ask the rest of us.
This was my dumb min-maxi question was, is this going to be our final level?
Oh.
Yeah, because
Fair.
because I have to presume the answer is yes, but if I get some really stupid nonsense if I get to 19 is the thing. I mean,
So are you
honestly, I
setting to
guess
grow or setting to stay?
right. It's like that. It's the big divide here because I could either take 3 levels in, like if we get to 19 or 20, I basically go full rogue from then on, and I get proficiency in both Constitution and Wisdom. If we stay at 18, I need to pick one of those and either go level 4 Wizard to get my next ability score, or go 3 levels in Rogue to pick up Wisdom, because at level 15 I get proficiency in Wisdom, which is huge. Matters so much. 'Cause,
There's a
oh my
lot.
Does
god.
RoBear have
We
to
could
level us up?
pursue.
Or do we do it on D&D Beyond? I can't remember.
We do it on D&D Beyond and then import.
I'm gonna go peek at stuff.
What do you want?
We go up 3 levels. I only get 1 more spell. It's dumb.
Really?
Then again, you do get 9th level now, so you can get some silly nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You can cast Wish. At least I
could.
think.
I can.
I'm gonna take a look at sorcerer spells. That's actually really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some silly things that we can do now, and I love that. Oh my god, level 18. I've never had a level 18 character. This is awesome.
You get to do so much.
Yeah.
I did in the podcast that I did, but it was like super short-lived, and it was an Amnesia campaign, so they were already all pre-built, so I didn't get to choose anything. Nothing
Aw.
wasn't great. If my DM's listening, it was great. But I had to choose my stuff.
God dang, god dang. Yeah, this is totally the big question. God, I feel so stupid for even asking, because it's like, of course this is going to be final level, but how much? Ugh. Something in my dumb brain hole that's like, but is it really?
Oh my gosh, what's everybody's HP now?
We're all so strong.
I'm still going to be a squishy little bug. It's fine.
200 even.
Jeez, you're about tied with me.
A Constitution and tough, huh?
Mhm.
That was the 220, right?
Yeah, but you're resistant to everything, so you have like 450.
Not everything.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Almost.
pretend the psychic damage is minimal because I have a small brain.
So now I've got
It's hard to
my-
find, so it's harder to attack.
Now I've got my Umbro form, so I can be resistant to everything.
So my HP is really going to depend on whether I decide to go with 1 level in Wizard or 3 levels in Rogue and... 1 level in Wizard, 2 levels in Rogue, or just straight 3 levels in Rogue. Because if I do, I'm going to pick Resilient Constitution and bump my Con, which means I'd suddenly have actual hit points I can work with. But Wisdom saves are so important. Oh, it's so hard to choose. Also, I get more sneak attack, which is real good.
Ooh.
Yeah, if I...
Tempted to up my intelligence or wisdom.
Ooh. That's also tough.
Just because I'm nervous about these last bosses. And mine are not high at all. They're all 0.
We've had a lot of psychic damage and mental attacks.
Honestly, yeah. But also,
We
if...
do that again, right?
I mean, you know, it's... For me, I look at it and it's like it's almost always going to be either Constitution or Wisdom. So it's like you got your baseline set there for the most part. Which is what makes this decision so hard. Because on one end of things, I have stupid hit points I could work with and con, or I could just get Wisdom and not, I don't know, get infected with Symbiote. I gotta presume it's Symbiote.
You know, with my Umbro form, I can be resistant to everything except for
Force?
Force and Radiant, but then if I also use Tasha's Otherworldly guys, I can be immune to Radiant. And then I get plus 2 to my AC.
surges.
Why?
I can keep walking
Oh,
around with 400 HP and a 20 AC.
That's crazy. Both of those things are crazy. A second action surge is going to be ridiculous. And, 20 AC and 400 HP. Hell yeah.
That'll be fun.
You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with the Constitution route because that means more HP. I'm going to do the dumb thing for the moment and say, to hell with it with the Wisdom, and we're just going to have big HP for the first time in the campaign.
Go for it.
It's going to be great. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. This is going to feel so lovely. So, currently, 143 hit points. However, the moment that I add Resilient Constitution, all of a sudden, boom, 161 hit points. Oh, I'm not squishy anymore. Okay. Oh, that feels real nice.
I feel like that's now a challenge. I'm not squishy. Depends how big the fist is, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh. I can see it right now, RoBear sitting there and saying, hey, yo, could you casually take 20d6 worth of fire damage?
Yeah,
Just
fine.
humor me for a moment, you know?
How much dice do you think we should bring to GCX?
Oh god, that's a great question.
Are we gonna have our own laptops this time?
I
Probably
plan on bringing us my 2 so that if someone else needs one, they can log into their whatever
I might bring
and
my work one.
do that.
Just to have
Very kind.
Like, honestly, we kind of needed it. It was a lot, you know?
Yes.
Poor RoBear having to roll everyone's thing off of his laptop and just be like, I'm giving it all I got.
I'm just gonna bring real dice.
20 d6s.
Yeah, I'm about to say until we have an astronomical amount of dice to roll for something.
That would be
It only
so
takes-
fun, though.
40
It only takes-
D10s.
Oh, it only takes one meteor swarm. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But that's what makes it exciting.
Man, that's crazy.
1 week later.
RoBear, I was gonna ask a really stupid min-maxy question,
Mhm.
and this is totally one of those things. You can even say you don't get to know that if that's the case. I am wondering if 18 is our final level up. Again, stupid
Yes.
min-maxy question. Cool, good to know.
Yep, this is it.
Awesome.
If you win, you live on as a 20 immortal character. You lose, you stay at 18.
If we win, I get to marry Yale and you're all invited.
Hell yeah.
There are actually some really good wedding modules we could go through.
Bonus episode.
Ketri can build us bodies that are the same size so that it's not like weird walking down the aisle and, you know.
Not at all.
No, I want all the awkward electric slide at the wedding, all the dances.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Is Brom the older relative doing the chicken dance? I've got to know.
No, I don't do the chicken dance, but I do the I can do the gator.
The gator.
Taking care of business. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You never done, and you claim to be from Louisiana.
Yeah, exactly. We don't do that there.
Taking care of business. 1, 2, 3,
Loser.
4. Turn on your back, then on your side. Taking care of business. You have to do it during the whole song. It's a. Come on,
What are
chat.
you doing?
Back me up with the gator.
Back
Who's-
me up, Cajuns. Nobody knows what that is.
Who here knows the gator? Taking care of business.
No.
I feel like
I mean,
I
I know that
should.
song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mess you up with the truth.
I'm gonna be messed up with the truth.
It's true.
I'm just messed up.
Hear.
oh man, this is two people trying to do it at the piano bar. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, you gotta have a much bigger dance floor for the gator. There will be a clip of about 100 people doing this at my fraternity's 30-year reunion. So I will make sure that there's a video of the most amount of people doing the gator ever.
We'll believe it when we see it.
Mm.
So, RoBear, whenever you gave me that extra... Do I technically have 3 echoes? Or are the Sylvan twins one? Like, do they just go together?
So here's how it plays out. All right. You have the extended amount of echo charges. You can use all of them or as little as you want. So in a turn, technically, where a fighter swings 3 times with your action and a 4th on your bonus action, you could have a different swing in 4 different spots. So it would use
Okay.
3 charges of your echo, but you
To
could have the 2 Sylvan twins out and Betty at the same time.
Well, actually, at level 18, I get another echo.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, I'm over here. Just kidding, I'm over here.
Just like poof, 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 poof.
No, but this one also looks like Biddy, so.
You grew into it well. So in this, essentially what we'll do in this case is I will up your charges since you have three echoes.
Let me see if it changes actually once I push this through. I'm curious.
It is not a CaptainRoBear thing. It is not just a Missouri thing.
That sounds like denial.
I can confidently say that I have been to more weddings around the country than anyone in this chat. I have been to a lot of weddings, and I have seen the gator in multiple places.
It is not a cosmic phenomenon. I've seen it. I know it exists. You all don't believe me. But when the facts come out, who's going to be vindicated? Not you.
Hey, quit putting all the chemicals in the water. They're turning the frogs.
That's why this is real. We're a mentally stable bunch.
Yes.
Yes.
Not becoming unhinged about
It's
it.
even in Animal House.
I'm trying to remember what it is that the Aussies have at their weddings.
Oh.
I'm going to Google this. Because Myelin would be very... Myelin would be so mad that I don't remember what it's called, but I remember now. It's called the Nut Bush. Why it's called that, I don't know, but it is.
There's no accident behind that naming.
It's just called the Nut Bush.
Yes. I have found clips.
Nobody denied it existed.
Only thing, they're doing it all wrong.
You better show them.
What if you're the one doing it wrong?
No,
No,
because you
I
have a
don't believe
leader. You have one person in the front, and then you do a full line. They're doing it in a circle, so it's just chaos.
A full line.
You have to have gator leaders.
See, I don't believe you. I think it's a cryptid. I think it's an
cryptid.
anomaly.
I
It's
used to have to
totally
do
not
this damn thing every freaking dance. It was like 6 times a year. Oh, it ruined your dry cleaning. But you get good at it. 'Cause, man, the first time you were winded. Very winded. And very full of gin, usually.
I mean, that's the best way to be.
It's sloshing around.
If winded, at the very least make sure that you've got a... you've had some fun.
All right,
There's a
everybody.
nice spot of whatever.
Let's go ahead and roll flat D20.
Whoa!
Oh, look at that.
Wow, 2 scales.
And
this
the
actually
unlucky.
checks out. The one being
Oh.
RoBear's, the 20 being.
Me being
Wow.
13. Good lord. And Biddy trying to one-up me, of course.
Always be.
That is truly awful. One week later, inside of Waterdeep, I am going to be at brunch with Yale, as he's finally going to meet me up for that appointment. And we're going to have the Bloody Mary, the mimosa, the muffins, the bacon, the omelets your way. Western, please. Extra onion and pepper. Mushroom and spinach. It's going to be at the rooftop bar that we were all at the last time we gathered the whole party up. So I've had the book out with Yale and just kind of going through old stories, bits and pieces at a time. See, I told you were going to like that. There's a mimosa for everyone. They got different flavors, and never let them bring it out without a strawberry on top as well. Get your vitamin C. And him and Yale are going to enjoy some time as humans together.
Oh.
Even though he constantly brings it up. I know you don't have full-time wings anymore, like I have a full-time halo, but it's, you know... Yale just smirks back at him. He's gonna fold his book back up. We'll save a couple of these stories for later. I still need to read this to Ketri, so keep myself fresh. Said we were going to meet up for dinner. I don't know if Ketri's ever been out before to something like this. We're going to go to the candy shop.
Oh, no.
Oh, just scoops of all the different confectionery styles of roasted nuts. In particular, yes. I had my mind out on ones that I seem to only get during the holidays. There's these almonds with this caramel glaze to them. You're crazy, y'all. If you don't get the tin of squirrel nuts every year that comes to Costco or Sam's Club, yes. Oh my God.
Amazing and delicious.
There's a reason why they can only put out something that delicious during the holidays. It would
Snatched
be the end of
right
me.
Away. Yeah, it's so good. It'll be the death of humankind if we could eat that year round.
For real. Ketri.
Mm-hmm.
Like two chubby bunnies.
Yes.
What I'm envisioning is like an old-fashioned, like, soda jerk. It's like the Dairy Queen of Waterdeep. It's got that front glass atrium.
Yes.
And we could have whatever kind of, we could have milkshakes. We could have just fancy sodas, fizzy drinks, whatever we want. Set at the table. We've had the book out, going over it for the last couple of hours.
Yeah.
We got 4 different bowls of mixed nuts that are out. Just
of course.
Turning pages through the book. You can pick up from our fun dessert and book time to talk about what you've been doing the last week.
Sure. In this particular week, you can kind of see inside as Ketri's sitting at this on top of the counter next to you reading this book, curly straw in hand, but instead of going up, it curls down as he sits, and the glass is taller than Ketri. Sticky fingers in hand, touching the corners of the pages to help you turn. But inside of the small steel defender, which is his travel version, the large tank tucked away, inside you can find actually a numerous collection of random pages. Ketri's been going around reading, picking up stories that inspire him, characters that he wants to bring back to his family to share with them at the end of every day. And so his hunt is to go out and find his own nesting of pages, each one just kind of carelessly torn out, but then packaged and folded into these cute little almost envelopes or origami individuals to share with the friends. And this week's little package showcases 4 or 5 little different folded creatures ready to be given out at the end of the day, almost in a sort of tradition.
Love
So
that.
Ketry's a little reader now.
Sandman.
Zanryn has taken his time to truly acquaint himself with the various merchants of fine teas in Waterdeep. And across the time that he's spent, he has taken to finding a spot in a more secluded rooftop, somewhere looking out across the city, and each night, with a cup of Darjeeling, maybe something like masala chai, maybe it's something a little bit more simple, such as an oolong, he will take a sit, he will sip at his tea, and he communes with his family. He's not been able to do this properly for a long time. He sits and he speaks with people that he thought he had lost. He speaks with his father. He speaks with his twin a great deal. He speaks with some of the heroes from a variety of lines. And he starts to understand better the purpose that he has within his place. There is a sense of fulfillment and acceptance that he's never really had before. And as he walks up to the rooftop to join the others and to embrace his whole family, both those he's chosen and those that he couldn't choose, he feels a lot more fulfilled. There is a noticeable calm, where previously always tense, always on the lookout, constantly head on a swivel, constantly alert, it's as though someone has basically given Zanryn a bit of a. It's like he's almost high off of the thing, you know. He is shoulders relaxed, drooped. He is far more placid. There is an aura of peace instead of something more threatening, and he's even abandoned the duster in part, and is instead just wearing his leather armor and some simple garbs and robes over it. Nothing too extravagant, nothing too crazy. Just something which feels much more comfortable and at peace.
Pity.
Biddy probably would have taken time this week actually to teach Zanryn about how to utilize his new Echo Knight. And it could probably be a scene of lots of failure and frustration, and you just see her getting all hot-headed like, Zanryn, no, put it away, let's do it again. Just
So
to make
wait,
sure that he knows
they switch places with me, or I switch places with them, or is it kind of like at the same
switch with
time?
them, technically, you're the one in control. Why is that so hard to understand?
Okay, it's just like whenever I do that, they have this thing where they kind of like chuckle and laugh, and then they kind of get in my space before I can even move to theirs. And okay. So I just got to beat them to the punch. Is that kind of the thing, or do we need to be in sync? Or
they're your partner. You're supposed to work with them, not against them.
Okay.
You
Okay.
command the zone, Zanryn.
Command the zone. Got it. Command the zone. I am the zone.
No, you're Zanryn.
I am the Zen man. Yeah.
Just try it again. 30 feet away, any direction.
Oh, hang on. I need to roll a thing for that, probably. Let's try a spell attack. It does a 19 succeed. I don't know.
I would say so. Better. Getting better.
Haha. Ha. Got you that time.
Now, are you ready to try and put your consciousness into your echo?
I could give that a go. Sure.
She gets so excited. Oh, this is my favorite part. Okay, come here. And they're out in the open in a park-esque setting. And there's probably just a nice, really big tree And she would grab your wrist and just lead you over a little aggressively because she's so excited. She's like, okay, sit on the ground, lay against the tree.
Yeah.
This way you don't accidentally fall over.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, now I want you to focus. You're gonna have to close your eyes. And you're going to have to put your consciousness, I don't know how else to explain it other than to just do, into your sister's echo. And then you can see through her.
Slowly but surely getting the hang of it. I don't know if that DC succeeds.
I mean, it's something that you can just do. So, how would this look for Biddy looking at you?
It would very much be as though Zanryn sort of, the eyes sort of suddenly turn cloudy white, and then it's actually not him walking out, it's his twin walking out, and she kind of chuckles at you, and then just like stands next to you, arms folded, and just sort of like is kind of like making a mockery of little brother for a moment. And then you hear psychically through the link, "Hey, what the? Come on, Collide, what? What? Oh.
Don't let her control you." Although she's gonna like smirk at your sister.
Okay, I am the zone. Be in the zone. Be in the zone.
Auto zone.
And at that point, everything sort of snaps back to reality. Delia sort of just rolls her eyes a little bit, and then it's just like, yep, back in the zone.
All right, are you in your body or are you out? And she's gonna like snap her fingers and wave her hands in front of your eyes.
You just psychically hear, "Man, do I really look like that when I sleep?" Oh.
Yes, actually you do.
How do you get used to the whole thing of just like, oh man, this, if they talk about out-of-body experiences, but like really, this is an out-of-body experience.
Well, being an identical twin, it's always an out-of-body experience. Seeing yourself do everything all the time is kind of strange.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, now you can like travel. Unless you trip over mushrooms like I did that one time. And then you're back in your body.
That's actually
1,000 feet. Don't count that. Just guess.
Huh. That's actually a fair point. Zanryn's echo takes flight and flies up to the branch above, and then switches place, and is totally not used to the sudden thing of going from unconscious to back into echo to suddenly grasping the tree branch.
You're gonna make yourself look like that.
Nearly got the 1-2, nearly fell out of the tree. It's fine. Just learning. But hey, it's good to know I can do that. It's good to know.
Are you in
consciousness?
Your Echo's consciousness right now, or are you back in Zanryn?
Back in Zanryn, I have switched places with the Echo as it's gone to the top of the tree branch.
Oh, above and beyond we're going. Okay. Great.
Yeah, I've done the thing of like unsure of everything. I've had to do the dex save to try and grab the branch of the tree before I fall out of it. That kind of thing.
Try and catch me. She's gonna spawn her Sylvan twins and her other 2 echoes and scatter them about.
Oh god.
And she is gonna start teleporting and switching places.
Oh, 2 can play at that game. I'm going to fun combat things and fun Soulknife things. I'm gonna throw out my psychic arms, and 3 of the echoes in the ground in front of them, I'm gonna throw 3 side daggers. Not to hit, you understand, but I'm gonna throw 3 right at the ground where they're placed.
Ooh, well done!
Anyway, so that's number 2. And Law of Averages, there's number 3.
But
indeed.
Honestly, I'll say they all hit with 1 because of that 20.
So the objective is not to actually hit with them. It's instead I send my echo to the to your fourth. God, so many echoes. And then, and then depending on where you go, I use my psychic teleportation with the knives, which I have not used in so long. But whenever you shift places with one of your echoes, I follow with the knife. And it's just bouncing back and forth between all these different points, sort of like a race between consciousness and the psychic echoes and flows between.
And after hours of this, Biddy is probably exhausted by now. I don't know about Zanryn, but she's just like, okay, all right, and then just waves her hand and all of her echoes disappear. You're great at this now. Oh, running.
Had a great teacher. Oh.
Thank you. Make sure you say that louder whenever we're on Brom.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
I am a great
Zanryn
teacher.
is only half paying attention because he's mentally, like, if you're physically exhausted, he's mentally exhausted from doing all of this and learning for the first time.
You look a little dizzy. You all right?
I feel a little dizzy. Ooh.
You can literally turn your head around. How are you dizzy?
You can travel through psychic echoes and reappear where your blades are. It's always a bit of a, well, you know. Sometimes it's, sometimes it's just, you can get dizzy by doing more things than just spinning around. Also, have you seen an owl spin its head around constantly? Just because we can do it doesn't mean we can't get dizzy.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Are you sure?
I don't want to see that.
I mean, are you sure?
Yes. You know what I am also sure about, and how we can get dizzy properly, is probably go find Bromaduhr drinking at whatever their unlimited brunch is, even though it's like well past dinner time.
You know, I'm pretty sure we've earned a few drinks.
Oh,
Let's do it.
earned. We exist. We deserve drinks.
Fun
We
note
lived.
about your Sylvan, or as they're known as the race of Eldrin. When you have two of them out, or even just one, you choose between autumn, spring, summer, or winter.
In what sense?
That affects what they can do. They have spells for that. Like winter, Eldrin has sleet storm, gust of wind, fog cloud.
Oh my god.
Spring has charm person, enthrall, suggestion. Autumn has revivify, restoration, cure wounds, hold person. And summer has the big damage.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Those are actually some of those are some really good spells. My goodness.
Sick.
God dang,
What's the
good dang. Drinks it is.
Renwick.
Renwick will disappear for a few days, but after some time passes, a very ornate carriage will find Ketri, and a short man will beckon him to get in the carriage.
I'm sorry, who?
Very short man.
Brom?
Finds Ketri in the street and just motions for him to get in this carriage. Doesn't say anything
Ketri,
yet.
bring a friend. This is terrifying.
Sure.
Stranger danger. Stranger
Who
danger.
do you want?
Who would like to go with Ketri in this
I'll go
adventure?
with Ketri. Don't worry, I have bodyguards for you. Oh man.
You and Ketri bring a small army to the table between the mechs and the echoes.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Hopping in with
Mech
friends in
echo.
tow.
Mech.
Ketri will be sitting in this carriage.
The carriage drives through the streets until it finds itself in front of a large building where Renwick is waiting outside. And as you get there, he comes and opens the carriage door. Ah, you finally made it. Come in.
Oh, good. It's friend Renwick who kidnapped us.
There's another
That was a little
kidnapping.
strange, Renwick.
Well, who else is going to send a go? Never mind. As he,
No, we've never.
come here, Ketri. I need you to see something. As he
Hey,
opens,
boss, do I just keep the carriage here?
Well, just
Hold
whatever.
around.
Go, it's yours now.
What?
Just take it.
All right, I'll be here. Okay.
Renwick turns around and motions Ketri to this door, and will now brace yourself as he's going to open it up to a giant, ornate library that's like just huge, just shelves and shelves of books going up several stories.
Even though well built, this tiny steel defender's jaw just drops to the ground with a clattering sound.
Yes, well, I suppose you like it then?
Ketri has books?
Ketri has a library as he hands you a key.
Ketri has a library?
Yes, I wasn't using it anymore, so I figured maybe you would get some use out of it.
And you see Squirrel just hop out of this and scurry across the floor, almost sliding at times with how slick it is, running up the ladder and along the shelves, and it's just a blur. As you see Squirrel just pull out a little bit of a book here, put it back, run down and pull out another one, and then excitedly squeak, waving their hands wildly as they keep going up and down the shelves, just using it as if it's their own playground. And then at this time, like after running the full spectrum, we'll make a second round, now pulling out books that they're most excited about, and you see like a small pile begins to build in the middle of the floor, still squeaking wildly, almost forgetting that Ketri can connect with the voice. Clearly enthused.
There's more. As Renwick snaps his fingers, and a bunch of, just from out of nowhere, people bring in like potted trees and just put them everywhere inside the library.
Plants too?
And yes, Ketri, come here. One more thing. As he-
Almost making like a flying leap into one of the trees. You can see it sway and move back and forth as Ketri jumps from sapling to sapling. And you can't really see Ketri, you just see the movement of leaves and the shuffling through until Ketri appears right at your feet, hugging your big toe.
Yes, you're very quick. As he's directing these people, just one moment. To the left. These people make like a row of trees in the middle of this library. He's gonna walk over with a stool and put it down in front of the trees. Come sit, please.
Almost like a small child, unable to contain themselves, Ketri sits there holding their own feet, like rocking back and forth in excitement.
Yes, very good. Just stay right there. Stefan, as he yells to another servant that comes and brings an easel and a canvas and begins to paint a portrait of Ketri. Just stay there for 2 or 3 more hours.
Do you expect that to happen?
He'll ruin the portrait if he doesn't.
Between brushstrokes, Ketri will run and pull another book out and then run back to the seat, trying to hold her feet and be in the same exact position, and then we'll run out, grab another book, and then come back. And each time, even underneath him, you see like he's starting to sit on a small pile of books in pure excitement of his reading material.
Oh, I've read that one, Dark Avian Secrets. It's a good one.
Do we have the full collection here?
Apologies, I didn't buy you a library, Bitty.
Oh, I don't want one. I don't read like that.
It's that's what I thought.
I was just here to protect Ketri because I thought that you were kidnapping him.
There is quite a few refreshments over here though, behind the bar.
Ah, say less. She would just walk away.
And Renwick just stands and watches the painter work.
Hors d'oeuvres and all. A full other week goes by. getting to enjoy the creature comforts of city life for longer than you can remember. Individually, wherever you are at, you all receive a letter. A singular purple wax seal on the back. Upon opening it up, you see it is an invitation for a gathering of the IBCC.
Don't like that.
Do we recognize the writing? Is it one of us who's summoned everyone else? Is it Brom?
Go ahead and do a perception check or a insight, whichever one you would like.
I mean, they're the same. And it's still silly even if I fail.
It is professional calligraphy.
30.
Whoa.
Does
Am I
not
next to
appear
Brom
to
opening
be
this?
from Brom. Brom also has an invitation. Location is on the docks.
Considering that I have psychic messaging with all of this, would I be able to reach out to everybody and inquire, even over great distance, about what the heck's going on with the letters?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Not inside the city. Far too many other competing minds. Way too much interference.
Noted.
Even with our connection?
Yes.
Ooh.
Zanryn
Even your
would make it-
connection is limited to about a mile.
Zanryn would make his way to the docks, but knowing that he's been invited by someone that's not part of the group, he is going to be taking the stealthy approach. He doesn't know what's going on with these people, but it is almost certain that it can't be, it can't be anything that is immediately,
Who delivered it to us?
we don't know, right?
Well, I mean, how did I get it then?
Where you stay at.
Oh, like it was delivered to the front desk or whatever, and they had it.
Yeah, wherever your domicile is, they were delivered there.
It raises even bigger questions for Zanryn, because he don't have no mail-in address. But no, in all seriousness, I'd probably take to a rooftop and move about as quietly as I could. Probably pull the cloak up on my invisibility cloak while I do so that I can remain as stealthy as possible. And scope out where we have been asked to meet.
Is there anything I could glean with a 30?
Professional calligrapher. No symbol on the wax. Just purple.
And that's not something I've noticed before. Somebody specifically using a plain purple
You don't get a
wax.
lot of mail.
What are you saying? I get a lot of fan mail. I'm Biddy Dalfoodle.
Perfectly average amount of fan mail, actually.
That's a whole lot.
Thanks, Stream Deck. I'm glad you're updating right now. This is the perfect,
Oh,
and particularly the greatest time for you to update. Thank you. Oh, it says welcome on the front. That's
Oh,
fantastic.
you're welcome.
Perfect.
That's so cute. How great.
Thanks for the animated button that's there now. That's a real peach.
That's who delivered it.
Yeah.
Mystery solved. Don't meet at the docks. We're good. Just a
Ta-da.
Candygram from El Gato. By the way,
Are we all separate?
receiving candygrams, haven't got one of those in 20 years. Those things were legit. You ever send a candygram?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh my God, they were huge in our high school.
Yeah, we did them in high school too.
Yeah, like you, if you did not get your significant other a candygram, that was an issue. Matter of fact, the location on the docks brings back old memories. Scorched earth. Everything that transpired. Unsolved mysteries.
We're back at Bill Shale's place, aren't we?
That is the location. Bill Shales is long gone.
Yeah, that's one of the last memories Biddy had with Toff too, in that area. Biddy would just go.
I think Zanryn would stake it out until he sees other members of the IBCC coming along, at which point he would reach out psychically to them. You can't see me, but I am here. On the roof. I'm gonna hold back for just a moment. I don't know what's going on here, but I presume you got the letter as well? That's to anybody who wants to say that they've arrived first, or anything along those lines.
Yes, I got it.
Not knowing that Renwick responded, "Yes, I got it."
Any idea who this is from? I've never seen a seal like this before. And summoning us here? There's gotta be something personal about it, right?
I mean, if they know us as the IBCC, then yes.
I think by the time I see you two, as in Renwick and Bitty, at that point I would go ahead and I'd actually unveil. And then I'd come down and I'd group up with the two of you.
Renwick, you know art. This is pretty fancy writing. None of your people.
Well, not really a handwriting expert. Do I recognize this handwriting or the seal?
Roll an insight. You've seen party invitations like this before. Several, actually, before you met up with the party.
The specific seal?
Purple seal, professional calligraphy, and wild spots all over the city. You never did know who the benefactor was. You never met them.
Actually, now that I look at it, it does look familiar.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I'm not sure what else I can tell you. I've seen
You
it.
don't know who it's from?
No, I've seen it several times, but unsure who exactly sends these out.
Great. Very helpful. How long were we waiting before Renwick, Ketri, and Brom and Yell?
I'll be with you. Whatever the plan was, the stakeout, he's in.
If summoned, Ketri will be there in the large shell.
Oh, God. They're gonna see us if Ketri shows up in that.
In an only slightly inconspicuous mech suit.
Yeah, it's very normal. You see mech suits all around all the time.
Hey, can you, Zanryn, telepathically, tell Ketri, go hide behind a tree or a very large building and then to crawl out over your down.
I missed it.
Zanryn looks at Biddy with this stare of like, what do you mean hide?
Is it nighttime? Did I miss that?
I don't know.
It's evening.
With dark vision, do I see anybody skulking around in the shadows anywhere?
Anyone who is doing Overwatch can make your checks. Go ahead and do so with advantage, Renwick.
But can I actually use my echoes to put my consciousness in to split? Do a roundabout?
Yeah, you can have walk.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Well done.
Damn, DC's
Oh, you are
32.
good.
Is he 32?
I'm joking.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
I was like, you're
where?
not strong. You're fine. You crit.
Three, 31. Biddy, your echoes go and they walk the docks. Still very much a commercial entryway here. Evening's catch is coming in. Folks are unloading. Bill Shales is long gone. But there is still a small ice packing facility to put the catch on ice. You can hear the hum of the arcane generators ticking on and off. But no one is out on the dock as you see through their eyes that appears familiar. Zanryn, with your 31, do you want to go step anywhere throughout the docks?
Oh gosh. I think I'd probably be sending out the echo of my twin in order to check out the remains of Bill Shale, and if there's nothing there, then where might I ghost step to? I don't know.
I feel like Biddy would already tell you, like, coming back to her consciousness, that there's nothing of Bill Shale.
If you want to pierce into the building that used to be Bill Shale's.
You know what? Sure, let's do that. Why not? I will ghost step. Do you want me to make a stealth check as I do that?
Stealth at advantage.
Cool. All right. And here is your first, here's your advantage roll. Also, this does not look like it's properly calculating in reliable talent on these. So that should actually be a 25 for stealth. And it'll actually, wait, no, it'll be a 26 too, because my proficiency bonus has gone up 1 from the level ups. But yeah.
One second. right. You said 26, you said?
Yes, that should be a 26.
Mud, I want you to roll D20 plus 10 at advantage.
Okay. $25.
Zanryn, as you pass through the door of that ice packing facility, you see just a small disturbance in the presence of the material plane, just enough to spot someone with a cloak of invisibility. And there's just enough features poking out that you can see that it is Jacob.
I knew it. Oh, I was gonna say it.
Knowing that I see him and having forged this link before, I'm going to telepathically reach out. I see you there, Jacob.
Do I see him?
Roll your perception or insight with advantage. Yours is...
What is it?
You're only at a +1. You would be at probably a +3 at this point. So D20 plus 3 advantage.
No. I'll
Do
just
not
hear
see
in
him.
my head then. You shouldn't be here.
And why is that? No time for cryptic answers now. I can see your cloak.
If I knew, I'd tell you.
So, Jacob, you
Yep.
have actually sent these notes.
Oh,
You have nice cursive writing.
apparently.
Well, he has a fortune, so he's had these paid for.
I would say he hired someone for sure.
You have a massive
Writer.
arcane lock on the chest that is behind you, the freezer chest. Inside that chest is the Ifriti alive.
The one that Bill Shale won?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
You have done your best Christian Bale Batman of sending and throwing parties over the city with your investigation to try to find out the basis of the arson inside of Waterdeep. However, during your interrogation, just when you thought you would get the final answers, the Ifrit's mind was wiped and went blank. This is you reaching back out to the party to try to find out answers now that you're at an ultimate dead end.
Would they have answers?
You don't know. This is you're at the end of finding out. No one knows anything, let alone individuals in the city act like the events never happened.
Guess Zanryn's there. You still have all your memories?
What kind of a question is that? Yeah, we've still got all our memories. I mean, if we didn't, how would we tell? What are we trying to remember here, Renwick? My apologies. What are we trying to remember here, Jacob? At this point, Zanryn's going to sort of step out of the shadows properly. And sort of knowing this vague spot where you were standing, he's going to look directly at you and start engaging the conversation physically.
Yeah, Jacob would take off the cloak since he's already caught.
Would Biddy have also known what's going on now because you were speaking psychically?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be
I don't
listening.
know that you know. I do not know that you know, but you know. Yeah.
Well, I found Bill. He's gonna kick the chest.
You actually caught up to the lazy old... Well done on that front.
Probably
Do you
good
have a
for me.
Why?
His mind's been wiped.
You hear that door pounds and a little bit of fire seeps through the seams.
Shut up! Did they kick it again?
That thing's secure, right? Sorry, I figured I had to ask.
Jacob just shrugs.
Oh, glad to know that nothing's changed, Jacob. But losing memories? What's all this about? Why are you reaching out to us? What were you going after the Efreet for? I mean, other than the fact that you seem to have a genuine dislike of all things that come from the plane of fire and are vaguely genie-shaped.
Yep. That would about do it.
You will remember that they not only tried to extort you, but kill all of you. It's definitely on the hit list. And they
100%.
just
It's just more...
Just a refresher that, yes, that Efreet absolutely knew what the plot was with inside the city.
Oh yeah, not so much that, it's more kind of like the specifics, because we don't know that Jacob has done this investigation, or has even gone after all of this. You know? Like, that's kind of what I'm prying out with the specifics.
I'm pretty sure he told you guys that he's leaving to go find out. When he left, he was like, I'm not jeopardizing my life for this, and he went on his own quest to find the arsonist.
Yes, but it wasn't clarified that he was doing that, just that he was leaving.
Yeah, he just got mad at Toff. Just got mad at Toff and up and left.
Oh.
Yeah, at the burning building. Biddy's gonna look at Brom, because Brom's the only one who would know with the group that they're back with. Jacob's back.
Let's go find out what he has to say. It's obviously important.
Yeah. Brom would be able to know that Biddy's gonna have to hold herself back. Because Jacob also doesn't know about Toff.
Yup.
So, is Ketri squirrel form, or?
Yeah. Steel Defender walking behind you, but Ketri will be on your shoulder if you're all right with that.
Yeah, absolutely. But you can like tuck in the collar if
Yeah.
it's a little chilly.
Especially because you can understand Ketri, so.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So it would walk toward y'all.
Well, I was hoping that maybe you knew what was going on here.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you, man. Ever since you left, in quite the fashion, Zanryn sort of does his best and clearly fails to hide sort of what is clearly like some very long-held grudge at that point. Yeah, after you decided to up and leave, we've been all over the place. You wouldn't believe. And, I mean, different planes, for starters, but also back in time. So, I don't know. What are we forgetting here?
At that point, the rest of the party passes through the door, standing inside that room. What's the meaning of all this?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Glad to see you're
You
all
can
right.
tell me.
Oh, yeah?
Well, if you didn't leave us, you would know.
Well, what was I supposed to do? Stay around while that kid gets us all killed? I mean, it looks like you all ditched him anyway.
Oh. Nah,
City's back.
Zanryn's found peace, but he certainly gives a fucking sorry.
How many hit points does Jacob have? I have a very beautiful new weapon that I'm ready to use.
Did Jacob level up?
I can
He
promise
gives
you
us-
he's got a lot.
He gives
Jacob
you
has
How
leveled.
many? How many monies?
I don't build characters that don't have a lot of HP.
Seeing the
Zanryn
tension
gives you a
well
stern look.
inside the room.
Brom would have to hold Biddy back as soon as Jacob made that comment.
Yeah. They didn't make it.
Did he go down swinging?
Absolutely.
like you wouldn't
With his
believe.
life. He would have never run away in fear of death. He faced it head on.
He was brave.
What questions do you have for us?
I don't really know. See, I caught Bill, and now his mind's wiped. Wasn't sure who else to ask to see if maybe you'd seen something similar.
Wait.
Mine's gone.
Yeah.
Zanryn looks at Brom. You don't... Then takes another look at Renwick. Renwick. The lake. You remember when you had that nasty tangle? The symbiotes, did they try to take your memories? Before we knew about... Zanryn doesn't quite say the name Mitros, but you can tell it's on his metaphorical lips, it's on his beak.
Did they try to take my memories?
I'm remembering to the encounter, there's literally a attack they used called Absorb Memories. This is the best lead that I have in my own meta brain at the moment.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I don't really recall. Certainly they were probing our minds, but there was a lot going on.
Did you find your answers when you left? Or is this your dead end?
I wasn't looking for answers. I was looking for revenge. Not really. Doesn't really feel as good when he can't remember what he did.
Like we said, we've been down a long, strange road. some things have changed. While you're having this conversation in a room that you're not in, that you left several weeks ago, in a large glass container, that glass finally breaks inside of Elder Fadden's lab. And that trapped symbiosis begins to leak out of the container. As it takes its first shape, standing just as a humanoid, made of complete black ichor. You do not know this. The door. Come on! My head is killing me!
Is there a reason why you dragged that bloody thing over this way? You just gonna sit on it like a pile of loot?
Well, until I figure out what else to do with it. Like I said, it's not any fun if he doesn't remember.
They didn't look strange when you got them, did they? Like something was wrong? Or do you not remember that?
Was there something strange when I got them?
You were getting close to the bottom of this trail before it was like mind erase spell was used. Just all of a sudden nothing. And things started to change within the city around you. But your memories were kept intact. Things didn't change for you. Jacob is the only other creature that has been through the Amethyst Cavern and on the same timeline as you.
I don't know what to tell you. Nobody remembers anything. Everyone around here, him. It's like they all just forgot who they were.
Nobody?
Nobody. Apparently but you and me.
What about our Amethyst Dragon friend?
Yeah. Have you heard any word from Draxus?
As far as Jacob knows, Draxus died, right?
Draxus did
Because the
die.
cave was empty when I went down there and sealed it off.
And
Or
he
not empty, it had treasure.
And Jacob's never seen us in the form in the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the last time we saw him, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gave us some Glauhogs, and that's the last we knew of it.
Are we able to reach out to him? I can't remember how that goes.
We haven't made contact. We don't know where
Can?
Draxus is.
Would I be able to try and do that now?
Material plane is he's not here. He's only shown up in the Shadowfell, and when he left, he went to the astral plane where he was watching over the city.
Well, if he's watching over, could he see us? Since we
Oh,
have
there's
that
no doubt,
wand.
but it's just about reaching him.
Everybody start doing this. Draxus. Wow.
That would be the first place to start.
Grom, you remember what we found? The lake above the Horde. This doesn't feel right. Worse than that. I remember what it said before we ended up falling through. It was consuming memories. It was consuming dimensions. If the people of Waterdeep all suddenly can't remember what's going on, if it's like they're not themselves anymore.
Oh. And then you hear
He
it.
just did say he'd be back.
And there's just a thud from inside the meat locker. As down from the cracks seeps this black ichor.
Oh God.
It's trying to get its memories back, Zanryn. It's trying to remember what it is.
Everyone step away from that darn box. No doubt about it, by the way. Weapons drawn at this point. Everything is high alert sudden.
Biddy's weapons were drawn when she found out it was Jacob.
As this
She was
ichor
ready for a fight.
drips out of the icebox, we will pick up there next session. Thanks for running with Jacob out of the blue mud.
Yeah, I had no idea. Everyone's asking me
Oh my
questions
God.
like I'm supposed to know the answers.
I figured you would give him the Jacob. Be like, I don't know. I'm here for your answers.
I remember how much I hate Jacob.
Gosh. This
That was
smarmy
so good.
asshole.
Well done, Mud.
Good tie-in. Yes.
If I
Mitros
knew we
is
didn't need to wrap it up, I would have started a fight.
Mitros is trying to remember through
So
everything.
It's even better too, because literally it was one of the lines just before we jumped through the chest cavity into the Shadowfell was enjoy those last moments within your dying world before I consume its memory. So it's like this is 100%
He said he would
some
be
stuff
back.
Mitros can do. Oh God. You know what I'm remembering now?
Hmm.
Mitros has Toff's body.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would like to make the request that we don't touch into that.
yeah. Luckily, does not have Toff's soul.
Yeah.
No, we already had a conversation about that. This is not what's happening.
I don't think any of us would have been ready for that at any early stage. Good lord.
We want to, yeah. There's emotional, but then there's protecting our emotions too.
Not Howard Sterning someone.
Yeah.
Then there's my tweet longer about RoBear.
Canceled mid-live session.
At GCS. Sorry, pardon, we gotta pause. I gotta write this.
And then he made me roll 5 D100s of emotional damage, and I just realized I can't take that anymore.
That is where we will pick up next week, everybody.
Nope.
Or actually, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You get to sit on that for 2 weeks. Everyone have a wonderful and safe holidays. Byf will be thinking of you as I throw all of my tea into Kentucky Lake.
Don't you dare. I will come down to Gerardo, I swear.
It's even more disrespectful because it's not even Boston. It's Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I swear on
Kentucky.
Jesus, Thunder Christ.
Tennessee side, okay? Tennessee side, the
they're doing a
retirees.
gator with tea bags.
Taking care of business every day.
Look,
Still not a
listen.
thing.
100% a thing.
Quit trying to make gator happen. It's never gonna happen.
I'm going to culture everybody here.
You know, I'm the real winner because I found the best possible thing in Tennessee, and that is my wife, and I immediately brought them to the UK. So
This is true. Byf is the true Tennessee Raider.
That is adorable, but super cheesy of you.
They call me the Tennessee Redcoat, actually.
Oh my god! I need a red coat, a cowboy hat. This is like the front of your country album.
Could always do kind of like the SRL thing that Char and I did, which he always likes to refer back to, where he dressed up as like the most stereotypical yeehaw Southern American, and I dressed up in a top hat and bow tie and everything, and we shoutcasted.
Oh,
It was very fun.
I forgot to tell you. If you had left me any airtime whenever we were doing the Echo Night thing, like while you were, while you transferred your consciousness, I was gonna give you a wet willy.
But he's the worst about wet willies.
And you know what? It's so frustrating too, because my twin would have let you. She would have stood by and watched and been like, do it.
Oh, I know.
Then again, finding an owl's ears harder than you might imagine, because they're not what you expect.
Oh my god, when you sent that video, that's wild. The only
You know what
solace
did?
I can take is
Googled it. I was ready.
The only solace I can tell you, Zanryn, is that my dwarven ear is hairy enough that it grosses her out after she does the wet willy. And on that note, we're out of here. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.